We ask you to please stand if you're able, remove your hats, and join Edmonton pop and R&B artist TNT in the performance of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the truth knows strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
Well done, and worthy of the matinee to follow, the Edmonton Oilers and the Buffalo Sabres, two teams that love to get up and after it and make life miserable for the goaltenders. Today, Buffalo will go with James Reimer as the usual starter. Uho Pekka Luukkonen, yeah, I'm not afraid to say it, gets a rare day off. Reimer, the 36-year-old veteran, against that man, Stuart Skinner, for the Edmonton Oilers, coming off his first back-to-back losses since October. You know he'll be motivated today, as will the other Skinner in Edmonton's lineup. Jeff Skinner spent 6 years with Buffalo and a 40-goal campaign for the
Stuart Skinner. Kind of sprawled to get into the way. Kulik with a nice pass right into Tage Thompson. We've seen him walk around goaltenders before in this building that reach at 6'6", but Skinner stops him in his tracks.
Hey, we warned everyone, didn't we? These two teams love to get up and after it. We expect lots of scoring chances today. Zach Benson for the Buffalo Sabres off the draw, twisted around by Peyton Krebs, and now Owen Power flubbed one, and it almost led to a breakaway going the other way for Podkolzin. As it is, icing whistled against the Sabres, who dropped 4 of their last 6. Louis, this is a team that can't seem to get out of its own way in terms of prolonged losing streaks. Decent start this year under Lindy Ruff, and then winless in 13. That'll kill you.
It's a young team, the youngest team in the National Hockey League, and for Lindy Ruff, who's been around for a long time, he's got his hands full for his second stint with the Buffalo Sabres, and exactly that, Jack. It's a team that's trying to learn how to win on a consistent basis. It's the hardest thing to do in this league.
And if the question is how long has Lindy Ruff been around, the answer is so long that he was there for Louis DeBrusk's first training camp.
There you go, yeah.
Bouchard
We're trying to track him down on the run.
Here's Sarvinson off to Vasily Podkolzin. Draisaitl tried to tuck it inside. Here's Ekholm dishing across. Bouchard shot Draisaitl on a save made by James.
Buffalo Cellular 3 of 4 notification center. No app.
The face of Zucker.
Here's Sarvinson off to Vasily Podkolzin. Draisaitl tried to tuck it inside. Here's Ekholm dishing across. Bouchard shot Draisaitl on a save made by James Reimer, who's making his 19th career start against Edmonton today and swept up the left-hand side. Reimer has won only 7 of those prior 18 matchups. Battled for and controlled by Bouchard ultimately as Edmonton lugs it up ice. This has been a tough out for the Oilers historically against the Sabres, even though Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs 13 years in a row, and it looks like 14. Ryan McLeod, of course, 4 successful campaigns as an Oiler on the ice and dishing back to the point, maybe a second time. But the second time, one too many. Janmark picked it off. McLeod stole it right back and handed off to Henry Jokiharju.
You know my theory behind that a little bit. Young players, high picks, 13 years in a row, the top 15 pick for the Sabres. And, you know, they get excited to play the best teams. They get excited to play against the McDavids, the Draisaitl, the Nugent Hopkins, and teams that are in the running to potentially win the Stanley Cup. They get fired up, and sometimes that type of team that's good, Edmonton, maybe takes them a little lightly into games.
Well, Edmonton has beaten Buffalo only 5 times in the last 14.
It's natural. It is. You look at the schedule, you get fired up for big games because you know it's going to be a tough game, and sometimes you overlook teams that, you know, have the firepower and talent to potentially give you a hard time, and that's Buffalo. You talked about it, Jack, off the start. They're a team that can put the puck in the net. They're offensive under Lindy Ruff. A veteran coach, like you said, 1,822 games coached. I mean, he's 5th all-time behind some of the only greats of the game. And, you know, he has his hands full, but I think he's a great pick for it. He obviously had great success back as his first tenure with the Buffalo Sabres, and he's back behind that bench again, and hopefully he can kind of rally these young guys to find that winning way and that consistency in their game.
Quarter century now behind an NHL bench. As Louis mentioned, 5th in victories all time. And a guy who, of course, was the head coach here in Buffalo for 16 years in his first run, which included a Jack Adams in 2006 and a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, you don't stick around for that long if you're not doing the right things. That was a team that really competed and had a real good stretch run that time. They went to the final in 99, lost to Dallas, but they were a perennial team at that time, as everybody thought was a team each year could win it. It's been dark days since he left, but he's hoping to bring back those lighter days again.
Enrique's shot blocked on that previous sequence, kicks it up to Emerson and a turnover. And now it's Zach Benson handling for Buffalo. Sabres beaten 5-2 by Calgary on Thursday. A little deceptive. 2 empty netters and a shorthanded goal for the Flames in that game. Jeff Skinner tried to center, picked off by Owen Power. Buffalo outshot Calgary 34-26, but as has been the case so many times this season, didn't get the extra save. 20 27th in save percentage as a team, 29th in goals against. Noah Phil kicks it back to Evan Bouchard, and it's a reset for...
I guess I could be told that I'll take it. I'll give you a kiss right now. Jonathan, we holiday this, and I'm good luck.
Pacific with a victory. Vegas beaten last night by Dallas. Drummer you a second time. Got it through to Dylan. And taken by Draisaitl. As Gene mentioned, final game without Connor McDavid in terms of the 3-game suspension. The Oilers are 3-2 this year without their captain. Arvidsson back to Troy Stetcher. Ushered on, Draisaitl. Arvidsson centering pass stolen by Buffalo's captain Alex Tuch. Up the right-hand side and clubbed back towards center by Cousins. Carried back in, Stetcher. And a forearm that one down low, looking for Paulson. Beck Malenstein overskated, and that gives Arvidsson a second chance. Shoved to the ice briefly, got it back to Stetcher. Darnell Nurse fires, and a glove save made by James Reimer.
Well, Jack, this morning it's Connor McDavid and John Klingberg going through the paces. And I mean, for McDavid, he's ratcheting up knowing this is going to be the last game that he's going to be suspended. We'll play Monday against Seattle. If you're Klingberg and you're trying to get yourself back into shape, is there anybody that's better to go up against than Connor McDavid? I mean, you want to test your hips out. He looked great in those clips. Listen, Connor makes it look difficult for most guys he's going one-on-one with, but both guys putting in the heavy lifting and the hard work and skate this morning to get themselves prepared. So good sign there that he's raring to go. And for Klingberg, looks like he's pretty darn close too.
The bubble caption we didn't use was, wow, I remember this league was hard, but not that hard. Save made by Reimer on
Just your worst nightmare, right? Going up against the best in the league one-on-one and chasing him around. But if you want to get game ready, I think that's the best way to do it.
Reimer, the Buffalo goaltender, playing for his 6th team in 7 years. He started the year with Anaheim. He's 1-5-1 on the season. Had a good year last year in Detroit. He was 11-8-2 with a save percentage of better than .900. That's pretty solid for a backup. Here's Nugent Hopkins inside to Brown, and it goes wide. Rebound available. Janmark batted around for a moment by Cooley, and eventually tracked by Dahlin. Matchup of #1 overall picks there. Nugent Hopkins and Dahlin briefly engaged. Stetcher to Brown, and that's taken away by Peterka and forced back through the middle. Peterka, like Cousins, having a down year offensively after scoring 28 a year ago. Here's Janmark to Troy Stetcher, centering pass, and that deflected off Henrique. I'm not sure that would have counted, but just missed. Dahlin to Peterka. Wristed down low, and that'll be taken by Troy Stetcher. He'll nudge it over to Emerson. Guided up the right-hand side for Zach Hyman. Hyman scored twice and had an assist as Edmonton dismantled Vancouver 6-2 on Thursday night to get back in the win column after back-to-back defeats. Here's Perry taking an outlet. Hyman against Power. Perry to the net. Denied by Reimer. Quickly advanced to Power by Matthias Samuelsson. His father, Shell, was a cup winner in Pittsburgh, played for 14 years in the league. Neutral zone turnover. Hyman to the net, wristed it, and that was fought off by Reimer, climbed up on the glass and taken by Peyton Krebs. But again, evidence of what we talked about at the onset. We're going to have plenty scoring chances this afternoon. Buffalo top half in the league offensively. It's the defensive side of the puck where the Sabres have struggled seemingly for an eternity. This is an offside call that's going to be whistled against Edmonton. Scoreless through the first 6 minutes, 42 seconds. Not for lack of trying. Edmonton already has 6 shots.
New York, and ever since he was a little kid, Buffalo was his team. And I talked to him today, and he said, you got to believe that Buffalo will win the Super Bowl.
Buffalo's still looking for its first Super Bowl victory. Tough task going into Kansas City to win that championship game. Won't be easy. Chiefs looking to become the first team ever to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Why that information? Well, primarily for my partner.
Thank you.
Right-hand side. I know Jake keeps you up to date. Here's Victor Arvidsson. Boston down deep.
Be okay with the win for Buffalo.
Golly. It's where my parents met.
There you go.
Lived in the same neighborhood as one Orenthal James Simpson in the late 1960s. Owen Byram. Matthias Samuelsson spilled in by Paterka. Worked up the left-hand side, Jeff Skinner. Phil, for a moment, Kapanen was behind the Buffalo defense. Phil working his way in. Paterka. He's going to get it out. Buffalo, nary a shot on net against Edmonton's 6 thus far. Here's Skinner turning, dishing, tapping it denied by Reimer. He's been tested early. Now Skinner again. Fires, save Reimer. Through a double screen. Thompson can't clear, and Edmonton's buzzing. Nurse a drive, redirected wide. These matinees used to give Edmonton problems, but they've had a winning record over the last 3 years when you drop the puck early.
Good job to stay in the battle and the hunt for the puck on this shift for the fourth line of Edmonton. And Philp was in there battling up against a couple of guys, Kapanen in support, Skinner in support, up against his old team. If you want to create chances, you have to win those 50-50 or even less battles sometimes. And they did create 2 good chances.
Ursel dumping in. Giving it a look is Reimer. Up the right-hand side. Benson has it knocked down. Of course, after Christmas, the Oilers had 2 matinees in LA, but that was more a byproduct of the break than anything else. The Oilers were a little slow coming out of the holiday break. Benson. Jacob Bryson, one-touch twin to Krebs and a fan. This line has been singled out numerous times for Lindy Ruff in the last couple of weeks as a line that's been buzzing. Shot from distance was blocked, taken by Brett Kulak as Joka Harju unable to get that one on net. And Nugent Hopkins will allow a line change to take place.
2 good defensive plays by Brett Kulak. He steps in and good closure on the shot by Krebs, and then there a good block to nullify another one.
Buffalo still without a shot. We're almost 10 minutes into this game. Long toss, sent ahead for Tuck, trying to change that. Bouchard up the right-hand side, Henrique, and now Zach Hyman driving his way toward the net, kicks it out for Ekholm. Bouchard's open, waits and shoots wide. Rebound, Henrique. Scored in the win over Vancouver. Here he could not get a shot on net, but he'll drop it off to Bouchard for a reset. Henrique hits the line. Tried to shovel across to Perry. Burrowing his way inside is Bowen Byram, and he'll flow it up the right-hand side. Bouchard to Perry. Now, Byram was part of a big trade involving Colorado last year, Louis. I'm not so sure it comes close to matching the trade they pulled off yesterday.
Wow, a monster deal. Anytime you get a top 3-4 scorer in the NHL traded just past the midway point, that is a huge trade. And Rantanen going to the Carolina Hurricanes, along with Taylor Hall from Chicago, become the bank in the situation, pick up a 3rd rounder, but just a big trade.
There's that deflect off his stick and the ball. Buffalo bench. Kasperi Kapanen denied by Reimer. And we've got 0-0.
Ready for Brown right here. A couple times early here for Edmonton. They found passes into the slot. That one there, just a little back one. This is a hard one over to Bouchard. But again, tickle the Raptors. You have to be ready. You have to be light in your feet. Ready for Brown right here. Kind of kicks this one off the skate first. I thought maybe an opportunity just to take a chop at that one, move a little bit, take the one-timer, and see what happens. That's twice they've been able to find the seam into the slot. A 3rd time if you count the Arvidsson early on, and no shots on net. Tough passes, I get it, but be ready for those passes. If you're in the slot, expect it. If you're expecting it, you're going to get it in the way a little quicker.
Arvidsson trying to work his way around Owen Power, and that puck popped over the plexi.
This period brought to you by James H. Brown Accident Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters in injury law.
Set as Draisaitl moves in to take the draw to the right of James Reimer. Draisaitl on yet another point-scoring streak, 6 goals and 15 points over his last 8 games. And we've got a penalty coming against Edmonton, an interference call. 11 minutes having been played without a shot on goal for the Sabres, but now Buffalo will go to the power play.
Pekin, answer.
Call. Troy Stetcher, it looks like here. And this puck goes by a little step in front of Tage Thompson. He just kind of gets his body in there. He steps in his line, no question. Tage Thompson does the right thing, continues to fight through over top. And draws the call.
Sabres power play, yet another sore spot this year. Ripped on net right off the draw by Paterka, and that's the first shot Stuart Skinner has seen this afternoon, and he makes the save.
Probably happy he felt one. Paterka with the one-timer off the face-off. This is a clean win. Right back to him, and he rips this one, so for Stuart Skinner, gets to feel the puck a little bit.
Sabres 2 for their last 17 on the power play, and 27th in the league coming in. Paterka back to the point, held in Dahlin. Enrique blocks the centering pass, and that allows Nugent Hopkins to send one plinkoing toward James Reimer. Rasmus Dahlin weaving his way in. Heading for the net. Twirling it back was Jack Quinn. Open Paterka. Fires into a crowd. And that was blocked. A painful one by Kulak, but an effective one. And a whistle. Did that nip Zucker as well?
Both of them.
Do we have a double whammy here?
There's no question something happened to Zucker, but also Kulak was limping off as well. So you might have a block shot that somehow found the face of Zucker afterwards. And you can see Kulak kind of trying to walk that one off on the bench. Great pass by Thompson on the entry. There's a stick that comes up. Darnell Nurse, the stick of Zucker. There's the block by Kulak. He's had a couple good ones in the game. This one doesn't get through, and you like to see that from your defender. If you're going to get in the way of your goaltender, you better get a big chunk of the puck, and Kulak pays the price for that one. And then Nurse lifting the stick of Zucker. His own stick comes up and hits him in the face.
Zucker having a nice bounce back year for the Sabres, coming in with 16 goals and 35 points. He's been sick. Missed the last couple. Able to go today. As Louis mentioned, popped by his own twig there. Here's Benson motoring his way in. This Buffalo power play. Still a minute. Rasmus Dahlin dishing off to Thompson. 22 goals, wires that one wide, clattered off the corner boards, and down the ice. You miss on the wide side,
That
Louis.
was a sneaky shot by Thompson, though, wasn't it? He just tried to thread it through, didn't miss by much. And I don't think it would have been one that Skinner would have been able to pick up the way he released it.
At 47 a couple of years ago, tailed off to 29 last year, leads the team with 22 coming in. Dahlin to Alex Tuck, double team, out to Dahlin, a save made, a rebound, briefly sitting there, but Bouchard pounced on it, and then Nurse fighting through traffic, getting a screen from Nicholson, and now he's up by shorthand. Dahlin back, and Nurse conservatively lays it into the corner. Kapanen will tuck it back, and now Benson running out of time. 5 seconds on the power play, Tuck a spin, lost the handle, stepping up as Owen Power. 2 shots for Buffalo on the power play, and Stetcher's out of the box. Centering pass, Byron kicked off the pads of Skinner. And now it's Emerson who will look to move it out with help from Kapanen. Held in by Tuck. Fired across. Ryan McLeod on the ice. He's been out the last couple games, got banged up. Had a hat trick, his first in the NHL with the Buffalo Sabres a couple of weeks ago. Up to 10 goals on the season. Checking Draisaitl. Ekholm a shot, that was smothered. Allenstein forced it loose, but just out of the reach of Sam Lafferty. And now Bouchard trying to shake Lafferty around his good buddy Ryan McLeod. Zach Hyman, he'll wind it around the boards. You've got Arvidsson twisting it back for Nurse. Bouchard to Draisaitl, looking for the Bouchard one-timer, a steal by McLeod. He's seen that play in practice a few times. McLeod to the net, waits and trying to tuck it in front. And a save made on Lafferty by Skinner, but Darnell Nurse really ate up a ton of ice there when he went down, and McLeod had nowhere to go. Arvidsson able to duck away from Paterka. Offside, Corey Perry, right wing. 5.5 to go in the first period. Louis DeBrusk said it. Tage Thompson missing, but
Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50 presented by Rogers is back for another record-breaking season. Support communities across oil country and win big at edmontonoilers.com/5050.
Four nations, one epic showdown. Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States battle for glory at the Four Nations face-off. Matthias Ekholm and Rasmus Dahlin will be there, so don't miss out. February 12th to the 20th, only on Sportsnet. Nugent Hopkins on the face-off against Kulik. 2 productive years in the American Hockey League, and Kulik has earned himself a National Hockey League job on the top line with 2 dangerous wingers, Paterka and Thompson. Kulak to Stetcher. Up the right-hand side, you've got Connor Brown. Oilers got the first 8 shots on net this afternoon. Buffalo the next 3, thanks to penalty taken by Stetcher. Buffalo got a couple of looks. Skinner able to clean them up. Nugent Hopkins pass picked off by Paterka. Stetcher, as the Oilers tag back up, put it in deep. Dahlin took it away from Brown, but Janmark is there. Dahlin, Janmark cut it off. Fired over to Bouchard, who was calling for that puck. Now Darnell Nurse backhands it in front, and a backhander lifted up over the net. I thought that was out of play. A late whistle coming. Will confirm my suspicions from referee Chris Schlenker.
Good chance, though. Good movement here by Edmonton with the puck around the world. You're going to find a nice little backhand pass by Nurse right into Brown on the backhand side. He gets it away quick. Good pass, stop, tries to elevate off the shoulder, it looks like.
Reimer.
Yeah, so that's a really good chance for Brown. And you like to see, that's what I'm talking about. When the puck comes to you, be ready for it, be ready to shoot. And that's exactly what Brown did. He got robbed, but it was a good chance.
See the long dry spell for Connor Brown in terms of the goal scoring. About a point in his last 9 games. Looking to get off to Schneid. He clipped the top of Reimer's right shoulder. Dry settle over to Nurse. Brown urging Edmonton on. Dry settle. Hits the line, but pulls it alongside. Last year in this building, Edmonton scored 6 goals in the final 21 minutes to turn a 3-2 deficit into a lopsided 8-3 rout of the Sabres. Nurse gliding back. Arvidsson will shoot it in. Samuelson to Tuck for Buffalo. Lead pass. Zucker's going to skate into it. Ahead of Skinner. Backhanded and high. Stuart Skinner with the left hand. Just enough. Bouchard up the middle, stolen away by Jacob Bryson, the diminutive defenseman. Zucker across, great shot, through Skinner, and Alex Tuck has put Buffalo on top, 1-0.
Waves of chances here for the Buffalo Sabres, and Zucker finds himself in all alone here. This pass right here off the wall, and he catches Bouchard again, just a little flat-footed coming out of the zone, and he walks this one right in. Great save by Stuart Skinner. Bouchard gets it out of the zone in the neutral zone, but it's quickly brought back by Bryson, and because he brings it back in so quickly, a nice pass across from Zucker right to Tuck, and it's the quick release, finds its way by Stuart Skinner. He looks him down afterwards because it was off his stick in a flash and finds the back of the net. 1-0 Buffalo. We talked about this is a team that can put pucks in the net, and 2 chances in a row. The second one finds the way home.
What is it about Jacob Bryson? He steps in, doesn't play, but he plays against Edmonton, and he plays well. Emerson to try.
Years in Buffalo for Jeff Skinner. Big smile coming back to the bench there, and a very needed response for Edmonton after that first goal against by the Buffalo Sabres. And I agree with you, Bryce has had some good games against the Edmonton Oilers. Maybe why they threw him into the lineup and got him going here, and this one picks up the second assist, but right back on the offense with the Edmonton Oilers. And again, we've seen this movement around the zone, the shot mentality by Emerson. Good hard shot rebound, and Johnny on the spot. Jeff Skinner around the net, just a little tick right there far side, finds it around Reimer and ties the game 1-1.
And that's been the problem for Buffalo all year long. The Sabres are second in the league. They've scored the first goal 31 times, but they've got a losing record and their 16 defeats after scoring first, the most in the league. And with that first goal for the Edmonton Oilers, and Jeff Skinner, Save on Foods, has given away their first prize. Kulak a steal, will bump it down low for Adam Henrique. Corey Perry to settle it. Trying to dish for Henrique. That was reach. But Buffalo fails to get it out, and Perry back to work. Here's Zach Hyman. Trying to stuff it in front. And rolled to Thompson. He'll scoop high in the air, settled by Kulak. Skinner from Emerson, 17 seconds after Alex Tuck had put Buffalo in front. Nurse to Nugent Hopkins. Quinn pressure up ice. Nurse up the left-hand side, denied entry. And fired off the boards. A lunging play. Still Nugent Hopkins fired. The net was wide open. Reimer was down and out, and Owen Power saved the goal. Nugent Hopkins had a goal and assist the other night in the win over Vancouver, and he can't believe he didn't put that one home. He's asking his teammates right now, who blocked that one?
Well, a great chance here. Just a nice cross-ice pass, and it kind of goes right by Samuelson. I don't think he picks up the football. Nice drive by Brown. This puck pops right out off the stick of Reimer, right to Nugent Hopkins. And right there, it's Owen Powers that gets down and blocks this one. I mean, with the heel. Or Nugent Hopkins thinks he's got a clear open net and just kicks the heel, and a good save by Power to get back and make that save. I mean, he had to go down with a little bit of a goalie position, but he makes the save.
Wondered also, in terms of a bubble capture, what Reimer was thinking. Belly down and completely out of it. Well, whatever prayer he might have offered or not was answered. Owen Power keeps the game tied at 1. Samuelson. Pass tipped right to Draisaitl. Loads, fires, save, Reimer. The Sabres continue to make life difficult on their netminder. Here's Ekholm. So many failed exits today already for Buffalo. But Colson over to Ekholm. Draisaitl. Drop pass, but Colson. Inside to Arvidsson, taken off the stick with a minute to play in this high event first period. We told you we expected lots of chances at both ends. And indeed, that's been delivered here in this opening 20. Scoring chances officially 8-4 Edmonton. As we enter the final 40 seconds with Stetcher taking a pass from Nurse off the gut looking for Philp, and Bryson was there to make the steal. The reason I mentioned Bryson, his last goal came against Edmonton 45 games ago, last March. This is an icing call whistled against Buffalo.
Pizza 73, Edmonton's homegrown #1 pizza. Hunger happens. Order on game day. Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, here's another good chance created off a good stick and forecheck by Edmonton, as you mentioned, Jack. Turning pucks over in dangerous situations, and another good chance for Leon Draisaitl. Not the guy you want to turn it over to in the slot. A good save by Reimer.
Reload in the neutral zone. Mattias Samuelson desperately got back and may have put off some of the angle for Draisaitl in terms of being one-on-one against Reimer. When Samuelson gets in front of you, as you know, having played against Shell, those are some large humans.
You see shadow.
Hyman shoveled toward net, and at the horn, Reimer bumped it out in the slot. We've got a 1-1 tie through the opening 20 minutes with Edmonton a +7 on the shot clock.
A little extra here in front of the net for Edmonton. It's been a pretty calm period in that sense, but Edmonton comes out, gets the better chances, more of the better chances than Buffalo. Still a 1-1 game going into the second, but continue that into the second period, and I think their chances are a little better to go ahead, but good period overall.
Bit of a reunion between these two clubs. Ryan McLeod back in Edmonton for the first time. Skinner with a brilliant save on Tage Thompson to start. And Jeff winner ties the game for the Oilers. 1-1 through 20 minutes on Sportsnet. Saturday in northern Alberta today. Edmonton Oilers 1, Buffalo Sabres 1 through 20 minutes as the Oilers in the midst of a 6-game, 2-week homestand. This is the conclusion of week 1. And Louis, in that first period, what did Edmonton do well in order to generate the chances we were anticipating coming into this afternoon?
They really got on Buffalo. They got on the forecheck. They had good sticks, and they really made it difficult for them to make passes out of their zone. How many times they turned that puck over just with a good stick, getting a piece of the puck, and then generating a chance off of that? And they're going to have to do the same thing in the second period.
Napa Auto Parts, major part of the game.
And that's it right there where, get pucks to the net, get bodies in front. It resulted in the 1 goal by Skinner as he got to the net on a rebound from Emerson, but they had tons of really good chances around the net because they were funneling pucks. They were getting it there. Good stick here by Bryson to break it up, but the shot by Emerson buried by Skinner. Didn't take much on the little chop of a forehand to beat Reimer being in the right position. And for Edmonton, the last couple games, I felt they'd had a real nice presence, and this is the goal differentials we talked about earlier from the Sabres. The best period by far is their first, and then it starts to drop off considerably in the second and third. Edmonton has to know that. Second period's been the best for Edmonton, so you like their chances that they come out and generate the same types of plays they made in the first period.
Napa Auto Parts, parts that make the difference. That's Napa know-how. Second period underway with Kulik winning the opening face-off of the Sabres. After being outshot 12-5 in the first, hoping for a better start in the second. Edmonton had the first 8 shots on net to start this hockey game. Matthias Janmark off the right-hand side. Kulak right in front of the Buffalo bench. Fires it in deep. Janmark jousting it in front. Nugent Hopkins. Nurse the drive. Tipped in front and then shoved wide. Janmark in the vicinity. Nugent Hopkins controls down low and twirls it back to Kulak. Served up for Connor Brown. Fired back down low for Nugent Hopkins. Kulak drove one into the waiting arms of James Reimer.
Real good start, and this is exactly what they're looking to do. Reimer with a couple nice saves again, but traffic in front, the shot from the blue line doesn't have to be a real hard one. Nurse was ready for this little flicker on net with Janmark right in the eyes of Reimer, and as a result, it bounces around. A real good chance on the forehand side for him. But Nurse just knows that he has that presence in front. This is a good save by Reimer, way out to the top of the blue paint with the right pad.
16 years ago, Louis, I saw James Reimer for the first time, a 20-year-old fresh out of Red Deer, goaltending for the South Carolina Stingrays. Their head coach was Jared Bednar. Their captain was Spencer Carberry.
There you go, 2 real solid coaches in the National Hockey League now. Obviously, Bednar, a Stanley Cup winner with the Avalanche in 22.
goal scored by number 20, Gary Point. The assist number 25, Cole Power. Number 24, Philip Cousins. Time to goal, 7 minutes, 46 seconds. Richard Hopkins, he says, down the net at home at 13-20.
So here at Rogers Place, Oilers and Sabres tied at 2, getting ready for the third period of play. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Oilers 4-2-0 when tied after 2 periods. Sabres are 2-6-3. And it'll be Nugent Hopkins with Brown and Janmark.
Nuge just got the game-tying goal. He's had a tough game in the circle, just won a 6 or 2 periods. Oilers, that being said, still have won the majority of the draws.
Nugent Hopkins wins that one. It goes to Nurse, and he'll come down the left wing into the Sabres zone. Cross-ice pass, picked off by Darlene. He'll clear it. It'll be on net, so it won't be icing. Right, Kulak wheels out from behind the Edmonton goal. Gets to center ice to Nugent Hopkins, and it hit Janmark and brought in on the offside. So we're 20 seconds into this third period.
You know, I don't mean to be the master of understatement, but the Oilers, and we're lucky to cover a team like this on a nightly basis. I mean, this has been basically a 50-win-a-season team for the last 3+ years. And even if you factor in the 2021, they won 35 games that year in 56, but they're not quite the same without Connor McDavid. I think it's,
There's something to be said. Puck comes in front of the Sabre net, but over on the left wing now, and Samuelson will get it up the left wing boards. Zucker with it now at center ice. To Cousins at the Edmonton blue line, lost it. Perry to center. Now to Draisaitl, got knocked down. Perry then swats it out of the air, and it goes into the left wing corner. To Kapanen, back to the point. Ekholm, left wing corner. Perry goes after it. Owen Power in there for Buffalo, up the right wing to Tuck. He won't get it out. He will come across, and Zucker has it on the left wing. Bounce it into the Oiler end. Matthias Ekholm, left wing corner now, will take it in behind the Oiler net. Out through the middle is Ekholm. The left wing for Jeff Skinner. Off the left corner boards in the Sabres zone. Bryson around, but it'll go right to Jeff Skinner, now to Adam Henry. Right wing corner for Hyman. Just went off the heel of his stick. Sent up to Quinn. He's able to get it out for Buffalo. Skinner got it to the blue line. Bryson to Yoki Haru. Yoki Haru then cutting to the middle. To Quinn on the left wing, off the left wing boards into the Oilers zone. Emberson tried to get it up the left wing. That doesn't work. It goes near the top of the circle. Does come out, though. Darlene back into his own end for Buffalo. 2 minutes into the third period. Oilers and Sabres are tied at 2. Darlene on the left for Byram. He'll dump it in. Off the Nurse goes in behind the Edmonton net. On the right wing, Philp off the right wing boards and out. Darlene to his partner Byram.
This is the third straight shift for Philp with Arvidsson and Podkolzin.
Puck goes into the Edmonton zone in behind the goal as Nurse rimming it. Darlene kept it in, put it towards the goal, but off the outside of it. Brett Kulak on the right wing. There's nowhere to go with it. Has to try the left side. Podkolzin's got to come back and get it. Podkolzin pitched upon by Samuelson. Puck comes free in the corner now out to the middle. The shot and the save made by Skinner. The opportunity there by Kulik. And Podkolzin on the left wing boards. Kulik's right on him. Philp gets a loose puck to Brett Kulak. Goes in behind the goal now up the right wing.
Sly could use a change here.
The right side to Arvidsson into the Buffalo zone. Stops on the right wing boards. Swings it around to the left. Ekholm in from the blue line. Puck kept in. Matthias Ekholm up near the left wing point. Tuck's able to get it out. Give it to Dylan Cousins now to Zucker down the left side. Shot save made by Skinner. Zucker with the chance to pass to the point. Nobody there for the Sabres. And Connor Brown will get to it down the right wing. Hammers it on net and a save by Reimer. He'll cover it up. 3:25 gone here in the third. Tied at 2. The Oilers and the Sabres.
Well, Connor Brown could use a bounce right now. He had a good stretch there for a while for the Oilers, but he has not scored in Edmonton's last 17 games. And the other guy on his line, Matthias Janmark, hasn't scored in 36. Oilers could use a bounce going there. Their way to get those guys going.
Face off to the left of Reimer.
By the way, Leon Draisaitl's just 1 point behind Nate McKinnon for the NHL scoring lead. Empty net points this year for McKinnon, 8. For Draisaitl, 2. Why do I have the feeling that Kucherov's going to end up leading the league in scoring?
Puck sent up the left side for Krebs. He got knocked down by Ekholm. It goes into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm up the right wing to Kapanen. Cuts to the middle at center. Now into the Buffalo end, down the left wing. Going to play it back into the slot. It's picked off.
Chris Knobloch's playing on inch here, Camp.
Power to center. Now Bouchard through the middle to Perry. To Draisaitl. Trying to get it back to Perry, but it's broken up. McLeod then pressured by Perry, who steals it. Perry's pass to the middle off a skate, kept in by Ekholm. Couldn't get a backhand towards the net. Power will get it out. Down the left wing to Thompson. He's going to drive towards the net. Oh, that's hammered off his stick by Matthias Ekholm. Great defensive play and a penalty coming up. It's going to be a hooking call against Kapanen in the corner. And the Sabres are going the power play. For the hook. It was right after Matthias Ekholm made a great defensive play.
Oh, that's a soft call.
Oh, just showed it on the video scoreboard. I never saw a hook or a trip or a slash or a rough. Off the right wing, puck goes. Shot by Tuck. It's off a leg and it comes out of the zone. Power back into his own end. Out through the middle. Alex Tuck. Owen Power. Into the Oiler end to the middle of the ice. The shot goes off a stick over to the right wing. Cousins has it on the blue line. Gives it to Tuck. Down the left wing to Power. And behind the net to Benson. On the right side, Kulik to Benson, left wing to Cousins, to the point. Went to Power, to Cousins, to Kulik on the right, back to Power in the middle, left wing to Cousins, over to Kulik. Is one-timer, and that's just off the outside of the net. That was a fast shot by Kulik.
They're looking for totally from the side to side, Cam.
But cleared by Henrique all the way down the ice. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the third. Oilers and Sabres tied at 2. Minute to go in the power play for Buffalo. Thompson makes his way to center now on the left. To Zucker, off the boards and in. Thompson recovers it. To the point to Dahlin. Dahlin on the left point to Tage Thompson. Get it across. It gets to the right wing corner. Comes out in front of the net. Doesn't get a shot. Now to Thompson. And a good save made by Skinner. Coming across on Tage Thompson. Dahlin down the right wing. To Quinn. Across to Thompson. Couldn't get a shot through. Blocked by Emberson. And off the right wing boards and out by Janmark. Buffalo comes close. Quinn up the left wing. Just to leave it to Zucker through the middle. Flips it off the right boards to the corner. Kulak, lineman into Emberson. Around to the line, but Thompson keeps it in. Thompson to the point to Dahlin. Now on the right wing, a shot from the angle. And the save made by Skinner off of Peterka. Capping it back out onto the ice. Buffalo 0 for 3 on the power play. Puck in the right corner. Peterka chops it to the left side to Quinn. Knocked down by Kapanen. Now that was an actual trip.
That was a trip. He's lucky he
Got away with it. Kapanen gets it out off the right wing boards. It's center. No, he didn't get the center. It's icing against Edmonton. 6 minutes, 32 seconds gone in the third. Tied at 2.
Well, the shots on goal at Buffalo, it must have 13 shots in the power play in this game. And Skinner's made some terrific stops. But now they've got a group that's been out there for a while. They got to get the puck up the ice down to their zone here.
Face off to the right is Skinner. Oilers needed one more on the ice. They had Evan Bouchard out there. Janmark taking the draw against Ryan McLeod. They tie up. McLeod gets the puck himself to the point to Byram. Across to Samuelson. To the left wing corner. It's close to McLeod. On the left wing. Lafferty tied up. McLeod gets a loose puck. It's knocked off his stick. Kapanen will go high in the air and out with it. Hits the stick of Samuelson. And it's inside the Buffalo zone. Byram, cross ice. Now McLeod into the Oiler end. Goes to the left wing corner. Ryan McLeod taken hard to the boards by Bouchard. Krebs Krebs in there as well for Buffalo. And it's Krebs in behind the net. To the point, to Byron. Across to Samuelson, down the left wing, a shot, save made by Skinner. Puck to the left wing corner of the Oilers zone. Bouchard to Nurse. Nurse up the left wing and out. Hit Byram, goes right to Draisaitl. Comes in over the Sabre line. Right wing to Hyman. Back to Draisaitl, but broken up by Samuelson. A long pass too far for Lafferty, and that's going to be icing against the Sabres. 7:38 gone here in the third, tied at 2.
This game's had some runs, hasn't it, in terms of the shot clock. I mean, the Oilers at one point were out shooting Buffalo 7-0, and they were out shooting Buffalo 19-9 when Buffalo got their second power play. Since then, Buffalo has outshot Edmonton 21-9. And the Oilers passed off several opportunities early on their only power play of the game.
Race off to the right of Reimer. Arvidsson tried to get a shot through. It doesn't. Goes to the right point. Bouchard over to Draisaitl on the left wing. Brings it up to the left wing point. Goes cross ice. Knocked down by Benson. He'll get it out to Tuck. Now over to Byram. To Benson. Able to dump it in. And it's in behind the Oiler net. Bouchard. On the right wing to Draisaitl. That's picked off. Tuck gets it low to Benson. Pass across. Great save by Skinner. Covers it up as Cousins got the pass from Benson. And Stuart Skinner is able to shut the door. We're going to take a break. 8 minutes, 11 seconds gone here in the third. Oilers and Sabres tied at 2. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 2. Oilers and Sabres, 8:11 gone in the third period. Buffalo's outshot the Oilers 9-1 in this period. Face off to the left of Skinner. Quick shot, bad save. Rebound hammered on net. What a save by Skinner off of Dahlin, who walked in from the left point and drilled that rebound on goal.
Well, Buffalo went into Vancouver and dominated the third period. They've dominated the third period here. The Oilers have been sleepy. They've had a couple of their better defensemen make some poor reads to the puck and turn pucks over.
Didn't play poorly against Calgary either. Calgary had 2 empty net goals.
Yeah.
Those ended up 5-2, and Buffalo was 0 for 6 on the power play. Puck gets cleared out in that game. Dahlin inside his own blue line. Up the right wing to McLeod. Into the Oilers zone. Puts it off the end boards to Tage Thompson, right wing corner. Peterka on the right side. That's broken up by Nugent Hopkins. For Janmark, up the left wing. Janmark through center, now in over the Sabre line. To Nugent Hopkins, his shot, and that one goes over the net. Around the glass to the right point. Bouchard on the right wing to Nugent Hopkins. Kevin Bouchard. Left side to Nurse, and the left wing corner out to Nugent Hopkins. Scores! Ryan Nugent Hopkins gives the Oilers a 3-2 lead. His second of the afternoon.
Evan Bouchard made a tremendous play because the right point, he slides it to the far left side, across, quick decision, and then Nurse with a terrific read on the backside finds Nugent Hopkins. Darnell with an excellent primary assist, and RNH has got 2. He's got 15 on the season.
8:59, time of the goal. Oilers up 3-2. Their first lead of the afternoon.
Sometimes you got to win with your B and C game, especially when you don't have the world's best player in the lineup. This might be one of those nights or days.
Comes in on the right side. Quinn had a bouncing puck to deal with. Now with Ekholm on him, it goes to the line, and Bauer will walk in a bit. Now across, Samuelson is shot, and a stop made by Skinner. Puck goes behind the net, it's centered, but over to the right wing corner. And Bouchard will protect it, give it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl will flip the puck down the right wing to Hyman. He'll go towards the net, he'll put it in front of the goal, just off of Reimer before it could get to Perry. Puck cleared out. Nurse and Bouchard at the assists on the Nugent-Hopkins goal. Puck shot into the Buffalo zone. We're coming up to the halfway mark of the third. Edmonton up 3-2. Dylan Cousins is center ice. Pass to Tuck into the Oiler end. Angle shot from the right, misses. Phil. Bring it out for the Oilers into the Buffalo zone. Drops the puck to Arvidsson. Oh, he couldn't get the shot. Zucker had caught him from behind. And the puck goes to the right wing. I think Arvidsson's stick hit Zucker in the head.
Totally got away with the high stick.
Tuck will get it out through the middle. Left wing to Cousins. Goes into the left wing corner. Now in behind the Oiler goal. Phil finds a loose puck for Podkolzin. Now to Arvidsson. Arvidsson on the right wing. Wedge to the boards by Bryson. Across to Yoki Harju. Up in the air and out. Nurse to Stetcher. Stetcher off the right wing glass and out. Bryson has it in his own zone. On the left to Dahlin. Up the right wing now into the Oilers zone off of Benson. We'll go to the right corner. Take a hit from Nurse. Puck squeezes over to the left side. Stetcher couldn't get it out. Malenstein is shot, and that's off his stick, up into the air, and out of play. And we get the whistle with 8:52 to go here in the third. 3-2, Oilers lead the Sabres. We'll be right back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. 2 Oilers lead, 8:52 to go in the third at Rogers Place as they host the Buffalo Sabres. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Face off in the Oilers zone to the right. Stuart Skinner, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's got a couple of goals here this afternoon, will take the draw. He'll be up against Yuri Kulich. Puck goes to Nurse. Rims on the left to Janmark. Byram had pitched down. He was able to keep it in. Now, Janmark's second chance. Connor Brown at center ice. Softly dump it to the left wing corner. Byram in there with Janmark. Mark gets into their skates. Nugent-Hopkins will get it loose. Give it to Brown to the left wing point. Nurse over to Stetcher. Stetcher to Nurse. The right wing boards goes in behind the goal. Nugent-Hopkins lost his stick. He gets it back. Puck near the top of the circles. Goes to Nugent-Hopkins' right corner. In behind the net was Byram. Shovels it around. Won't get out. Nurse with a shot. Just tipped wide. Getting his stick on that was Nugent-Hopkins. It's kept in to Brown on the right wing. Centering pass hit Byram. Now goes to the side of the net, and it's covered by Reimer. With 8:01 to go in the third, the Oilers up by a 3-2 margin.
Dahlin and Janmark. A little bit, or that was Brown. Brown and Dahlin with a little bit of an exchange. After Dahlin turned the puck over, lost his stick, took a little bit of a love tap at Brown, and Brown gave him the stick back to protect himself a little bit. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Gave him a stick and let him know that he was
You
there.
let him know you're there. That's the thing. You got to do that sometimes. Draisaitl, Hyman, and Perry on the ice. Bouchard and Ekholm. Puck goes to Corey Perry. Over to Draisaitl. To the left wing point. Ekholm shot. Save made by Reimer.
Reimer's played well.
Cloud goes in behind the net. Had to go off his stick. Hyman comes in and Cloud recovers it. Up the left wing. Got it out. Gave it to Quinn. Comes into the Oilers zone. Quinn stops up in the left wing corner. Or to the right. Throwing power. Who's got Perry right on him. The puck does come loose to Bouchard. And he'll come out 3-on-2 for Edmonton. To Draisaitl. In over the line. Back to Bouchard. A little far for him. It goes to the right wing corner. It's Draisaitl out of the left corner. A backhand save made by Reimer. And he'll cover that.
Bouchard with a greasy little stick flip and knocked the stick out of the hands of the Buffalo defender. That created a little bit of time and space for the Oilers.
Face off in the Sabres zone to the right of James Reimer with 7:20 to go in the
Samuelson.
third. You're supposed to hold on to that thing. Philp to take the draw for the Oilers up against Cousins. Puck goes to Yoki Harju. Across to Bryson. The left side got it out off the stick of Zucker. Goes into the Oiler end. Skinner can set it. Emberson rimming. Puck on the right wing. It won't get out. Cousins was able to keep it in for Buffalo. Jam it back to the right wing point. Yuki Haru over to Bryson. He'll take a wrist shot. And a glove save made by Skinner. No rebound to be had.
I haven't seen a lot of Henrique here with Kapanen and Jeff Skinner.
No, been a lot of a three-line rotation, hasn't it?
Yeah. Tomorrow is a CBA mandated off day, I believe, for the Edmonton Oilers. At least that was the plan initially. I mean, we do have NFL to watch.
Well, there is that.
Edmonton Oil Kings in action tomorrow night at 6 against Lethbridge. They'll be playing 3-3.
That should be a good tilt. Nurse goes in behind the net. Nurse through the middle. Nobody there. And that's icing against Edmonton. Oilers at home on Monday. Seattle is here.
Seattle's up 4-1 third period at home against Sidney Crosby in Pittsburgh. I wonder if Pittsburgh's a team that they need to watch, maybe for a move or two coming up.
Puck to the right point. Byram pulls it off the right side, shoots it off the end glass. It goes to the left wing corner. Brown in behind the net. Stops for Edmonton, but his pass gets knocked down. Sent back to the line. Thompson got it to Dahlin. Now is blocked by Janmark on Dahlin's shot. And Janmark now with control of the puck for Edmonton. Skates through the middle, comes in over the Sabre blue line. On the right wing for Connor Brown. Brown with a shot, just tipped wide by Janmark. May have gone off the glove of Reimer.
Excellent work by Janmark, though. Eats a puck block and gets the puck up the ice.
Here's Byram up the left wing for Buffalo. Back to McLeod. McLeod up the center ice, then lost it to Henrique. Adam Henrique to center. He'll shoot it in, cross corner. Samuelson up the left wing boards to the top of the circle to Ryan McLeod. Feed that across to Power. Power will come up to the Edmonton blue line. And it in on the right wing. And the shot from the right side, his stick snapping in half, was Quinn. And it'll come to the blue line where Power's able to keep it in for Buffalo. There's down the left wing, it'll go in behind the Edmonton net. Kapanen back there. Kapanen taken to the corner by Krebs. Puck comes free, top of the circle, goes to Power on the left side, back to the middle. Winding it up to the side of the net and directed wide by Krebs as Samuelson had given it to him. The puck goes in behind the Oiler goal. Kulak trying to get away from Krebs. As he comes up the left wing, gets to the blue line. There's nowhere to go with it. And now to center ice is Jeff Skinner. Skinner into the Buffalo zone. Pushed it to the corner. Price, it goes in behind his goal. Up through the middle to Cousins. Cousins into the Oiler end on the right wing. Rims on the left. Under 5 to go in the third. 3-2 Oilers lead. Bryson on the left wing point. Down low to Zucker, his centering pass, a backhand, great save made by Skinner as Cousins had put it on goal. Zucker in behind the net, pinned back there, loose puck goes to Ekholm.
Good takeout by Bouchard, and he needed that.
Able to clear it, tucked back into his end, now turns up through the middle.
Buffalo's been vastly the better team here in the third period.
Tucked down the right wing, goes to the right corner. Off the boards on the left to Bryson. He's in from the point. Around to Tuck on the right. He'll float it through the slot, goes over everybody's stick to the left wing. Bryson along the boards with Hyman on him, goes into the corner though. He'll get it out. A shot by Kulik. And that's off the outside of the net. Puck near the top of the circle. Haru will keep it in for Buffalo. Bouchard to Matthias Ekholm through the middle, down the ice. Oilers going to take an icing. 3:54 to go in the third. 3-2 Oilers lead, but the Sabres are coming on and they're pushing here in the later stages of this period.
They have 15 shots on goal, Cam.
Yeah, they put a lot to the net.
The Oilers have 5.
Stuart Skinner has been incredibly good this period, this game. James Reimer's been good too.
Yeah.
Face off to the right of Skinner. Draisaitl Eichel against Kulich. They drop it. Puck goes to the line. Byram to Dahlin, and Dahlin will come across the blue line to the right point, all the way over to Thompson. One-time shot, saved by Skinner. Loose puck, scores.
They're going to check to see if this was kicked in. I think it's a good goal.
As Kulich was in front of the net, I think it went off his skate, but it looks like this game's tied at 3.
Some might say, if you're a Buffalo fan, this is poetic justice.
Showed the replay on the video scoreboard, and Kulich, I don't know. That's his first kick was stopped by Skinner, and his second one went in the net. That might be one worth looking at.
Well, we're going to
previous play is under review to determine if the puck was kicked in prior to the goal.
Oh yeah. This one, I think this comes back.
Might be a little bit of Rick bootin' tootin' on this one, Ken. One of the underrated punters of all time in NFL history.
Yeah, he booted that thing twice. So this being reviewed, I think it was tied at 3, but it might not be. We got 3:43 to go here in the third period.
Here's the call.
Yeah, didn't take long.
After review is determined that Buffalo number 20 kicks the puck into the net, therefore we have no goal.
That is not surprising.
Not initially.
No.
It was good.
Oh, it looked like a, yeah. But yeah, you look at it and you see that was a kick.
And the Oilers dodge one.
Yeah. They've been hanging on here.
Yeah. I think they've been surprised at the juice the Sabres have had.
Last game of their road trip, they played hard.
Yeah. Winnie's got a lot out of it. This team they got a lot of talent. Again, the record's deceptive. 0-10-3 in a 13-game losing streak. They didn't have Dahlin for 8 of those 13 games. It's their best player.
3-2 Oilers lead as Nurse with it at the Edmonton blue line. Off the right wing boards, banks it into the zone, and on the right wing, Henrique will get it low. Back to the right point, Brett Kulak walks it across, takes a wrist shot, and the glove save made by Reimer as Todd Colson was looking for a loose puck. There was none to be had. We're going to take a break. We got 3:19 to go in the third period. 3-2. Oilers lead the Sabres from Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 3-2. Oilers lead the Buffalo Sabres. 3:19 to go here in the third period. Faceoff will be to the left of James Reimer. Shots this period 17-6 for Buffalo. Puck goes to Power, his pass, and that is off of a stick and out of play as Hyman got his stick in there. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. So we'll do this again inside the Sabres zone. Draisaitl taking the draw against McLeod. Draisaitl wins it. Arvidsson to the right corner. Behind the net to Hyman. Towards the net, saved by Reimer on a wraparound attempt. And it comes up the right wing. And on the right wing boards, Quinn will dump it in. Ekholm out with it. Samuelson has to go back for it. Across to Power on the right, but Draisaitl's in front of him. It'll go to Hyman on the inboards. Into the corner. Samuelson will get it out. Draisaitl to the right point. Bouchard, his shot. That misses. Goes off the inboards to the left wing. Draisaitl to the right wing point to Bouchard. Keeping it in the Buffalo zone behind the net to Leon Draisaitl. Trying to hold off Power. Left wing to Brown. To the blue line for Ekholm. Brown on the right, just past the stick of Arvidsson. It's kept in by Brown to Arvidsson. On the right wing is shot way wide of the net. And it hit just a bit outside, and it goes off the glass and out of play.
He's a right shot. It's from the far right shot. He's at the end of his shift. Sometimes that happens where you...
And it looked like it went on end, too.
Yeah.
2:18 to go here in the second period. 3-2 Oilers lead.
But a real good shift to swing a little bit of momentum here. By the way, Nugent-Hopkins has got 2 goals. There's 2:18 left in this game. Ozone drop. He's got 3 career hat tricks, just if you're scoring at home.
All right. Mark along the left wing boards. It's in the skates of Jan Mark. They're trying to jam it loose, fire him in there. It'll go to Darlene. He's in behind the Buffalo net. As we're coming up to 2 minutes left, Reimer's about to go to the bench. Well, he's looking to the bench. Long pass up the left to Byram. Off his stick. There goes Reimer to the bench for the extra attacker. Now 6-on-5. And the puck inside the Edmonton zone. Byram to the left corner. It's broken up by Nugent-Hopkins. Now Tuck gets it to the line. To Byram. On the right to Darlene, to Byram. To the left wing corner to Tuck, to Byram. It skips over his sticks. Going to go all the way down the ice. Oilers can make a change. Minute 35 to go here in the third period. 3-2. Oilers lead the Sabres. Darlene up the left wing. Directed in by Benson. Skinner got it to the corner, but Kulik has it now for Buffalo. Kulik in the right wing, behind the net. To the left wing to Cousins. Cousins to Benson, and that goes free. Dreisaitl's trying to clear it. He can't. Henrique will, and gets it out.
There's that experience, didn't panic. He was on his backhand. He didn't have any place to put the puck. He just got it just outside the zone, and they have to do a reload.
Last minute here in the third. Oilers up by 1. To center ice, puck dumped in. Ekholm turns on it for the Edmonton. Up the left wing, he'll get it out to Draisaitl. He's got Hyman with him. The empty net, Draisaitl off the outside of the post.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Here comes Thompson into the Oiler end. Buffalo still alive, drops it. The shot, save made by Skinner. Chance there for Peterka. And the puck in the left wing corner. 30 seconds left. Oilers up by 1. Power in the right wing corner. Power back to the blue line. Power to Kulik to the left side. The one-timer fanning on it was Thompson. It's in behind the Edmonton net. 14 seconds left. Puck comes loose on the right wing to the line. Doesn't get out. Over to the right wing. Drilled wide. And it'll go out and down the ice. And the Oilers will survive this one. 3-2 the final. They defeat the Sabres. And Stuart Skinner stands tall in that Oiler net this afternoon.
Well, Buffalo with a tremendous push, and Leon Draisaitl an empty net for its 36 for an insurance marker. And he could have passed, but he made the right decision to shoot the puck, and he banked it off the